you looking at filing a criminal rehabilitation application? If that's the case, there's a few facts that you must know. A criminal rehabilitation application can only be submitted with the consulate. So make sure that you don't confuse that with the temporary resident permit that can also be done at the port of entry same day. Criminal rehabilitation applications right now take about 8 to 12 months, depending on how many offenses the officer has to review and the severity of the offense. The other thing that's very important about the criminal rehabilitation is the difference between deemed rehabilitated and being eligible to apply for the rehabilitation application. And the reason why this is important is because a lot of clients contact me and they're kind of confused about what it means to be deemed rehabilitated. Deemed rehabilitated is basically after X amount of years, again, depending on your offense and how many offenses we're talking about, it could be 5 years or it could be 10 years. From the date of completing that sentence, you could essentially be deemed rehabilitated, which means you don't need any piece of document to enter Canada. However, the tricky part is that the officers at the border still have the right to make that decision, whether it's 5 years or 10 years, or say, you know what, based on your offenses, you're never eligible for the deemed rehabilitation. So despite, even if it's 10 years after an offense, I still always recommend to my clients to file the criminal rehabilitation with the consulate and get that piece of document that actually says you're rehabilitated. This way you know for sure that the border officers cannot give you any hassle at the border. So definitely file the crim rehab. Now, one thing that's very important is that a lot of clients always focus on the criminality part of stuff. So they include a lot of documents about what the offense is, when it happened, how it happened, what they had to complete, and so forth. The section that they always forget about, which I see when clients do it on their own, they come back to me, they say, I can't believe that it was refused, is that they focus hardly or very little on the rehabilitation section of it. So you definitely have to show and prove to the officer that's making that decision that you are rehabilitated, that the risk versus the need the need outweighs the risk, that you're not a risk to the Canadian public, that you are rehabilitated, and that you have good character now. So all of this is very important. So you definitely want to make sure you have all the documents about the criminal side of it, your police clearance and so forth. But don't forget the rehabilitation, because that's going to make or break the application. If you're looking at submitting a criminal rehabilitation application, call us today and let us help you with that. Thank you, and until next time.